Well folks, welcome to the latest video on vintage fishing rods. I just thought I'd show you this latest rod that we've acquired. This is a lovely little George Wilkins of Redditch, little dipper fly rod, which is absolutely beautiful. It does have a very slightly short tip at 1 inch off, and the reason why you get that problem is because back when rods like this were manufactured, they used to glue the tips on, and of course the agates crack, and they have to replace the tip, but of course they can't get the old one off because it's glued on. So what they do is they cut them off and then they put a new tip on, and that's generally why you often see rods with only like an inch, slightly less. It doesn't really make much difference to the way they fish, but anyway, that's a good explanation of why. So this is a lovely little fly rod, and as you can see it's got a wooden buttstock. Now George Wilkins were famous for using traditional materials right up until the 60s, the late 60s, when they closed down, and so you often see rods that look as if they're early 1900 actually having traditional buttstocks made of wood instead of rubber, which is kind of interesting. So this is in beautiful condition. It's got chrome reel mounts, and this particular rod, if you look closely, has George Wilkins Crown Works original decals on it, which is really nice. And the rod itself is made of beech. You may think it's green heart, but it's actually it's beech, which is a very good rod making material. You know, they made rods from beech for years and years and years. And this is a two-piece fly, and you can just see how elegant it is just in my hand there. You can see that it's still very straight. I'm just waiting for the autofocus to catch up. It's very straight for its age. Now the reel that I would typically use with this rod would be this one here, which is the Alcock's Popular, and it is a little bit older than this rod. It's maybe late 40s, but it's absolutely perfect to balance the rod like this, which is a straight two-piece fly, which has the original case. I don't know if I can show you that with just one hand there. And it feels absolutely perfectly balanced when you do that. It's just superb. Exactly the right weight. Once you put a bit of line on this will be really good. And George Wilkins were a small, fairly high quality manufacturer from Redditch. They only made small numbers of rods really. Well, they did make some really good ones, it has to be said. They're worth looking out for if you buy vintage fishing rods. Anyway, that brings us to the end of this little video. Thanks very much for watching, folks. Bye.